Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Conversations with Elena Kimaru. And yes, thank you for sticking around and welcome to our newest subscribers. And yeah, as I said, I'll be doing a series on how to make money online. And this is verified because this is something I have been doing, as I said in my other video. If you've not watched it, kindly do so. And on today's video, I wanted to talk about specifically how to make money online by doing article writing. And yeah, as you can see, I have tagged along my very nice notebook because I don't want to miss on any details because I'm looking forward to giving you value. And thanks so much for all those people who reached out to me either in the comment section of the previous video or in my DM telling me how much value they got from the other video. I appreciate you. So yeah, as I said, the notebook so that I don't miss out on any important details. And as I said, I'll also still give you like a screenshot of some of the prospective jobs you can do when you're working as an article writer, or when you want to do like stuff like blogging. Yeah, so basically article writing, I will talk about what you need, how to go about it, and actually places you can get jobs when you're working with article writing. So one of the few questions I would ask you is, are you passionate about writing or do you love writing? If the answer is yes, then this is something maybe you should actually consider doing. And then the other thing would be, how good is your English, and not just spoken English, how good is your written English? Because if you don't know how to construct good sentences, if you don't know how to like write something that can flow, that somebody can actually resonate with, then maybe it's not for you. But if you're good at sentence structure, learning how to do these things, and actually these are things you can learn. As I said, always strive to learn a new skill. So it's not just for those people who already know. If you don't know, it's something possible. It's something, if you're passionate enough, you can be able to learn. And yeah, basically I would say article writing is very diverse. You can do, there's a lot of like, there's niches that you can target. And I would say, as a newbie writer, like somebody who is probably getting started, it's important to identify what are you passionate about writing. Do you love writing about lifestyle, about people's health? Do you love writing about about cars, about like specific products? Because there's so many things you can write anyway. So as I said, I'll just narrow down on some of the like niche that you can work with, but there's so many, and maybe you should actually do a bit of research and look into them. But some of those you can work with is, you can do blog posts. You can also do web content. Web content could be, maybe you're writing an about us page for a website, their homepage, their services page. That's basically what web content is about. You can do grants for people. There are people who out here who are looking for people to like write a grant for them so that they can make the applications. There are some people who need you to write for them like a business plan. And then there's people who want you to write for them emails for their marketing campaigns. And usually there are other people who want you to just write product reviews. Here's a product. And especially if you look at Amazon, there's a lot of affiliate marketing happening, people writing reviews about products. So if you imagine like somebody today gave you something to review, they want you to talk to like describe this thing, the features, how does it help people, how does it look, how does it work, is it good, is it not good, why should people choose that product? So basically, in a nutshell, that's what like product review is about. So as I said, there's a lot of there's niches, or I don't know whether it's niches kizungu ni ngumu, but there's specific types of writing that you can narrow down on depending on what interests you as a person. And as I said, those are some of the examples and especially things I have done myself and I have seen, I've seen working. So if you want to get started, probably look at some of the options that are readily available for you and narrow down to what you think works out best for you. for me, I would say, since I have been writing like for the last year or 4 years, I have been able to, like, I can call myself a versatile writer. I've been able to like explore different types of writing, different types of like styles and all that. So I would say, for me, I don't think there is a topic that can be too hard for me, because right now I actually, there's a client I work with, and most of what we do is like business articles, very specific, with a very specific kind of target audience and all that. Yeah, so my writing has grown from just writing basic stuff to writing things that are very, very targeted to specific types of audiences. But as I said, it's kind of a growth curve. You can't just rush yourself. You always have to start from somewhere, and whatever it is that you want to start with, start today. And I would encourage you, if you're looking into writing, it's important to like challenge yourself. Write even for your own self. Write blogs for yourself. Have like even the most basic kind of site, like a WordPress site, and write your stories there. Write things you're passionate about there, because it's easy when you're working with clients, and if they ask you for like samples, because, and I'll talk about this in other videos also, but sometimes when you're working with clients, or when you're looking for clients, they always want you to like give them samples of previous work. It's like when you are writing a CV and someone asks you, oh, so where else did you work, and then you have like your work history. So yeah, even with writing, there's people who want you to like provide them with samples, or provide them with links to a site you have been published. So as I said, something like WordPress is very basic, it's free. Just get into WordPress, create an account, start writing, publishing your own articles, and with time also, the more you do it, the better you become at it. So yeah, try that one. So, as I mentioned earlier, when it comes to writing, depending on who you're working for, like for example, this particular client is looking for dedicated writers to add to an existing team, and they want articles that will be drawn from industries such as technology, marketing, health, sports, fashion. So, if you're already good at these, you can definitely tackle these. And they have like constant workflow that they want to provide, and they say they're gonna be paying $6 for 1,000 words, and if you do some great work, they give you a bonus. So they say if you're interested, you drop them a message, and the number of words you think you can handle in a day. Yeah, and of course, yeah, this is where you like submit your proposal. If you also look at this job, they're looking for an article writer, and they say they need someone who's fluent in English, can write an engaging article, and the article should be error free. Then they say you should have like experience writing blog posts, which is what I was talking about, like have WordPress, and continue writing even for yourself. Then they also, although for them they kind of like preferred a person from Pakistani, because they say they had a good experience working with someone from there the last time, and they say they hire the first person who send them a proposal. Yeah, and of course they have a budget over there. So as you can see, there's literally a lot of stuff that you can do. The clients provide, and most of the time they just give you like a job description. Some clients go ahead and even do like sort of a research and break it down for you. This is what they expect you to cover in your article. So basically, very good ways to make money here. So the next thing I want to talk about is steps involved in article writing. And I think like the most important step when you're talking about article writing or writing in general is the research part of it. Somebody gives you a topic today, they want you to say, probably talk about the importance of social media to a business, for example. The research is one of the most important aspects of any writing job. And basically what you need to do, you have to be good at research. You have to know what exactly are you looking for, because if I said, for example, talk about importance of social media for a business, you need to know like the keywords here is social media and for business. So when you're researching, I would say, for me, how I go about my research process is that I usually, because I don't think there's anything new on the planet, but there's always a touch we can give to our writing that makes it compelling, makes it very fun, makes it great and somebody would love to read. So when you're doing your research, just go online, look for different sources. For me, I go for like more than 6 sources, and what I do is I either scan through or maybe read through depending on how good something is written, and then from there I get like an insight into the topic, you know. And yeah, from there I jot down like my, you know, what the insights were for me, what like stood out, and from there I kind of get like a feel of what I want to do when I am when I'm writing. And then the next thing to consider is the writing style. So depending on who you are working with, there's different types of writing styles. Others want you to like write it like in a story form, it's a narrative. Others want you to like give facts, you know. And there are people who want you to write in the way that it's more conversational. They just don't want you to write stuff that the readers don't feel connected with. And I've found that when you are doing a lot of like blog writing, there's that the conversational kind of writing is the best. People want to feel connected, and especially when you're writing from the I kind of perspective, people want to feel connected to the writing. They want to feel like you understand them and all that. So yeah, you need to also know like the type of the writing style, or how, if you're working with a client, how do they want their writing or their content to come out at the end of the day. And for example, when you're doing product description, as I said, it's more of describing features of a product, how the product works, you know, is it, why should actually people why should people like go for that product instead of something else closely related to that. Yeah, those are some of the things you like need to focus on when you're doing this. And then when you're writing again, you need to like consider the structure in terms of you can't start with a conclusion. Anyway, you know what I mean. Like you always need to have like a very good intro, compelling. Why should somebody somewhere click on a link and read your content or your article? Why you need to provide them with, the moment you start your article, you should stop bluffing. Give people quality information and things that will make them like, will engage them, things that will make them feel like, you know what, I need to continue reading this. Yes, I need to continue. And so the intro is one of the most important aspects of writing. And then of course after that you need your main content, or the body, where now you explain all the things you need, whether now that, and for the best type of writing, don't write in a blog format like, hey, story mrefu. No. Always like put your structure your content in a way that it has subheadings, you know, like things that short paragraphs that people can feel like, yeah, that one has given me value, let me go to the next one, and all that. And then of course you definitely need a conclusion. You've already given them a good intro, you have your main body, it's good, it's definitely good. You need to conclude whatever you are writing, and most of the times I would say go for a conclusion that's also compelling, that if it needs to have like a CTA, that's a call to action, or what do you need people to do after they have read what you've written. Do you want them to engage you in the comment sections? Do you want them to go somewhere and find another resource to, you know, to read more? Do you want them to ask questions? So that's basically what a call to action is. Yeah, so and depending on what you're writing about, then yeah, a call to action would be great, and especially for blogs, you know, for stuff like that. If it's for web content, for example, do you want them to contact you so that you can provide them with services and stuff like that? And one of the most important things when you're dealing with writing, you always have to factor in your target audience. You know, who are you writing for? Are you writing for kids? Are you writing for business people? Are you writing for like general audiences? Are you writing for millennials? You know, like you wanna hype them up because of something. You always think about your audience and what kind of value you want to give them, because if you are something you would be writing for millennials might not be the same thing you would be writing for an audience that's like above 50 and they're like business-ish. You know, you can do that. So always think about your audience. What are their expectations? What do they want to hear? Put yourself in their shoes, and also like deliver pure quality for them so that they can always come back. The thing about writing, don't just write content that is flat. Write content that will always make people feel like, damn, I need to go back to their blog, I need to go back to their whatever place they post their content, you know. So make sure that you have your audience in mind. Yeah. And then so most of the times when you're working on jobs, and I remember when I first started working online, I would write content, and I would submit content, and then there's something called plagiarism. Hey, that's like copying someone's content. So initially I didn't know how to go about it. So I would write, of course, as I say, there's nothing much that is so new online. Sometimes it's just the same things, we give it a good new touch, or we give it our own perspective or something of the sort. So when I started writing, I would come up with content, and the client is like, I don't want this to be plagiarized, I want it to be, you know, it's good quality content that is not copied anywhere else. And yeah, I didn't know, nobody told me. So there was a time I submitted an article, and yeah, it had a lot of plagiarism, because of course you've gotten some content, maybe you've copied something somewhere. Never ever ever do that. So when you're working on content writing, always make sure that your work is original work. You might have read from sources, but you still need to come up with, the sources are supposed to give you insight, and then you need to come up with your own, content, as I said. So proofreading, editing is very important. Make sure that your work has no plagiarism, it doesn't have grammar issues, you know. Like, don't give people content that when they read they'll be like, hey, kwani huyu alikuwa anafanya nini, were they even thinking in the right, you know. Yeah. So, and some of the ways that you can ensure that your content is does not have any issues, it's not copied, it doesn't have grammar issues. There are many tools online that can help you do this. Like for example, Grammarly is a good example of and there is a free version and a paid version for these tools. So Grammarly is a good tool that helps you like check for grammar issues. How are your sentence structures? Does something make sense where you placed it? Do you need to change a few words? And it's you can put it on your Chrome as an extension, and as I said, you can pay for it. For me, I use a paid version, because with a paid version it kind of gives me better, like you always get, of course, the better services with a paid version. Yeah. So for me, I use Grammarly to check for any issues with my grammar. And then there's another tool called Copyscape Premium. I'll show you from my account. So as I said, this is how Copyscape Premium works. I have a premium account with them, and as you can see, it has even premium credits there. I want to check for plagiarism. There's a text, an article I had done before, so I'll just place it here and show you how this works. So let me just paste it. Let's go. Let's see. So as you can see, I've just pasted the text in this box, and yeah, from there I can perform a premium search. Let's do that together here. Okay, let's do this. Let's wait just a few. Yeah, so as I said, I had done this article for a client like a year ago, and of course they already uploaded it on their site. So as you can see, once I have done my premium search, it has given me, like, it tells you one result found for the text you pasted, and it tells you all the you are told to compare the text. So if I click on this compare text, it will take me to the site where this particular article
was posted by the client. Yeah, so basically that's how Copyscape works. And assuming it did not have like it did not have it's not plagiarized, it will just tell you no result found for this particular search. But this one now kind of tells you like, yes, this text already, it belongs to someone else, it's already posted somewhere.
Yeah, and there's other sites like Copyrightly. That one you use it for word density. Word density in the aspect of some clients don't want you to like keep repeating words. When you're writing content, make sure you don't repeat words so much. There's some words maybe they don't want you to repeat, so they'll be like, oh, I want this word should not be repeated this amount of times. Yeah, so Copyrightly is one of those sites that gives you such kind of, if someone has asked you for word density, make sure you put the correct word density. And then yeah, also something else with writing, there's people who want search engine optimized kind of content, so they provide you with keywords, or they ask you to research for keywords, and they want you to put in those keywords into the content in a way that it flows, the content doesn't look like something that ulikuwa unafinyilia tu kwa content. Yeah, so you need to know how to use keywords and use them correctly when you're working with article writing. Yeah, and basically that's some of the ways you can come up with great content. So do your research, have a good structure for your writing, make sure you proofread it, use those tools like Grammarly, Copyscape, Copyrightly if need be, and then something else now, probably what I need to talk about when it comes to article writing is, someone may be like, oh, so where do I find jobs? I really want to get started today. I'll just give a snapshot of some of the sites, but maybe I'll probably do a video now, an in-depth like a review of the sites. And I would say for me, what has worked for me basically when it comes to like writing for people. First, I not only work on sites, but I work with direct clients. So I've been fortunate enough to find people who directly offer me a job. They'll be like, oh, I want you to do this type of content for me. So I work with direct clients, which are commonly referred to as DCs in Kenya. Yeah, so I work with direct clients, and direct clients are really good. There's no more commissions from sites. And then another place you can get the jobs would include like working on sites like Upwork. Like I showed you with my profile, you'll always find people constantly posting jobs out there, and then what you need to do is like submit your proposal or your cover letter talking about like the value you would provide to those clients. So there's Upwork, there's freelancer.com, there's Fiverr, there's a writer, there's so many sites. But for me, basically, I've worked majorly on I have an account on Upwork, Fiverr, and freelancer.com. Fiverr, I have an account, but it's very dormant. But Upwork and Freelancer, those are the two sites I can say for sure I have worked on. And then yeah, so, and then of course you can write something called guest posting. Guest posting is, you can always find opportunities online where you find like people they ask for you to write like a guest post on their site, and it actually pays. So if you want to find guest posts, you can actually do like a search with guest post, and then you'll find different sites that require you to like submit specific info, maybe an article, and then they can, if they are happy with the content that you've produced, they can publish you. And then yeah, other places you can get writing gigs, advertise your services on Facebook, social media. I feel like social media is one of those places where there's a lot of value you can get as an individual. For me, when I talk about social media, I don't see it just as a platform to connect with people and just be social. For me, it's like a business. When I look at Facebook, I'm like, yeah, I can put out my work in Facebook. I can talk about what I do on Facebook. I can talk about what I do on Twitter. So look for clients on Twitter, on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and all that. Advertise your services out there. Tell people what you're up to. Tell people what you do. And trust me, you will definitely get people who are interested in your services. You just need to put yourself out there, you just need to market yourself, you just need to tell people what you're about and what you're capable of doing. So yeah, that brings me to the end of this video. I hope you found it is insightful. If it was, let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want me to talk more about article writing or any other related videos, please let me know. And as I said, I'll continue doing an in-depth look into these videos. And yeah, basically yeah, I'll let you know how that works out. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you've not subscribed, kindly do so. Let's grow this channel together. And I do appreciate all my subscribers. You keep me going. And yeah, more content for you and more power to you. Thank you so much for watching.